Hello everyone, I'm an ROV pilot and I'm going to answer one of the most common questions, how I started my ROV career, and I'll try to describe my way, and most probably it can be useful for many people just because I've got multiple requests on LinkedIn. Have a look on the image here. This is me, this is ROV nearby, subsea robot. For those who don't know what's ROV, this is one of the first trips offshore. You can see I'm in nice and clean coverall. This is my path beginning. ROV, what's that? This is the remotely operated vehicle, so good news is you don't need to operate it being inside the ROV as many people think. So there is a special room which is called ROV control room, and this is the point where you control the ROV from. What does it do? So ROV works underwater at sea. It takes part in many projects for the oil and gas industry. You've probably seen or know at least that there is a lot of infrastructure subsea. There are a lot of modules, a lot of pipes, a lot of cables which are interconnected in between each other, and everything has to be installed, has to be maintained, has to be surveyed, has to be cleaned, etc. There are so many tasks that has to be done underwater. So, and this is where ROV comes and help to perform all these tasks. What does it contain? ROV has thrusters, verticals and horizontal ones. This particular unit has 8 thrusters. Also, it has video cameras. Video cameras you need just to get an image from the subsea. Basically, you need to know what you see, what you do. So, and this is where you get these images too. ROV has also arms, let's say, or manipulators. This unit has two. One of them is 5-function manipulators or rig master unit, and another one is 7-function manipulator. All of them are titanium to be able to perform heavy-duty tasks. Here I'd like to show just a few daily activities for those who is new to this topic, just to provide a brief idea. I'll start with this one. So this is how the ROV is being deployed underwater. Again, for those who don't know, ROV usually is located on board the vessel or a platform, and from there it's being deployed underwater, and then the ROV goes to the work site. The system which is deploying and recovering the ROV is called LARS, or Launch and Recovery System. This is another video from the actual project. Just give you an example what does ROV do. Have a look. You've got 3 images from the ROV. One is black and white and 2 color ones. One is from upper camera, one is from lower camera, just to have pictures from different angles. It helps to the pilot to understand where it's located in relation to the object. And okay, once I started to explain, I'll give a bit more idea about what you see here. This is the interface from the ROV itself. There is a lot of different feedbacks from the sensors. Here you can switch on and off different functions like the lights or the cameras to increase, decrease the working pressure, etc. This is a nav screen, which is like a Google Maps, but only for the see bottom just to know where is what located, and this is very useful when you need to orientate where you are now in relation to this or that object. This is the sonar image, this is the dive log, this is where you write everything. Each step has been recorded, what you did at this particular time, and many other images from the vessel itself, from the winches. You need to know a lot of stuff. You have to be aware of surroundings. So let's come back to the work task again. Here you can see that some asset has been deployed by the subsea crane. Actually, you can see only the hook here, the master link, and the ropes are going down. You can imagine that the ropes are connected to some module, let's say, some asset, and the crane is just a rope is going up. So, and somebody or something has to detach this weight from the crane. So this is where the ROV comes and help. Please have a look. ROV is approaching at the moment, and with one arm it takes the master link. The second arm is going to release the hook. Once it's gonna be released, the ROV will go down and lower the ropes, the wires. And pay attention here, have a look. This is the master arm. So basically one of the pilot is controlling the 7-function manipulator by this small arm. Whatever he does with this unit, the same motions will be transferred to the real manipulator or slave arm. And the second pilot is sitting in the pilot chair and controlling the ROV itself. It has a joystick, multiple switches and buttons to be able to fly smoothly and yeah, just to control the ROV. So yeah, let's move on. Yeah, let me share my experience, basically how I started, what did I do. After I graduated the Maritime Academy as a marine electrical engineer, I've been working in a merchant fleet for a while. I was working on tankers as electrical engineer, or now it's called Electro-Technical officer. Then I moved to offshore. I've been working on multiple types of vessels, including platform supply vessels, construction vessels, dive support vessels, pipeline vessels, and others. And it's a nice position to work for. However, it has its own limit. Once you've started Electro-Technical officer job, you'll probably do it forever if you change nothing, if you won't progress, because there is no career as such. Okay, on some of the vessels there is like chief electrician or senior ETO, but there is not many options. So at this stage I thought I need something else. I want to progress further. And the good point was that I found on one of the vessels there was an ROV, and I was really impressed with that. I thought, oh, this is some kind of future, so this is what I want to do. I came to the ROV team and asked, guys, advise me please, what can I do? How can I join your team? I want to do what you are doing now. And there was no definite suggestion. Basically they were saying you have to be in the right time, right place, you need to apply, but it sounds like an empty advices. I could not get definite points what to do. So I obviously googled this ROV Pilot, and then I found a few courses. I went through the course back in 2015, and it took me 4 weeks, and it cost $12,000. I spent 1 month in UAE, in Abu Dhabi. It was a nice course, everything was great. And actually after that I was employed as a ROV trainee. And coming back to the ROV guys advice, you have to be in right time, right place. Yeah, it was not right time for me, because this is exactly the point when the oil crisis started, and where many guys lost their jobs. And this is what happened. All of us got messages, all the projects has been postponed, so we will call you once you need it. And then it was quite a big time of silence. So I've decided to come back to what I did in the past. I moved on as ETO, but I never gave up. I was trying to apply to other companies for the ROV Pilot Tech position, just because I wanted to become the one. I wanted to do the work related with the ROVs, but it was about 5 years just an empty silent period, so I couldn't get there. And only after COVID actually finished, only that it was 2022, I believe, when all the projects started to recover. The industry itself has become alive again, and there was a chance to try myself. And yes, actually, in the company I've been working for, and as ETO, Electro-Technical Officer, I found the open position for the ROV trainee, and obviously I've applied. To be honest, I already lost my enthusiasm, just because when you try so much, I've sent probably, I don't know, hundreds or maybe thousands of emails with my CVs to different companies, and usually there was no reply at all, or just saying thank you, but we don't have any open positions. So I was kind of exhausted, and I didn't believe that it's gonna happen. And after passing successfully the interview and few tests, I got a phone call that yes, you're good to work for us in this position, and I was happy. Really happy, because it was my dream. So I've started in April this year. Now it's December, so it's about the 7th month already. I'm working as ROV Pilot Technician trainee. So let's move on. What were the requirements for you guys? You probably looking or watching at this video just because you want to know what did they do, what did they have to be able to start my career within the industry. The usual requirements are: you have to have electrical or electronic or mechanical or hydraulic background. It has to be a recognized apprenticeship or just approved working experience in these fields. As you've heard from my background, yeah, I had my experience as ETO for many years, and I also finished Maritime Academy, electrical automation faculty. So this requirement was filled all good. Offshore medical, it's easy to do for everyone. I hope you've got a good health. At least I wish you a good health. So it takes less than 1 day. You go to medical facility, you just Google which one is closest to you, and you just gonna go through the medical fitness test, and then you'll get your certificate. It's probably cost around 100, maybe 200 pounds. It depends on the country where you live. And then you need to have a BOSIA training. I'm not gonna explain it. It's a safety training, and it takes 4 days to complete it, and it's valid for 4 years. Again, the cost is roughly, can be 1,000 pounds, can be 2,000 pounds, depends. So these are like basic requirements. However, I've seen quite a few open positions recently for the ROV Pilot Technician trainee position, where you have to have basically only the first requirement. They were going to cover other costs and do it for you. So why basically I decided to make this video? I just wanted to highlight that this is just the right time to do it now, because the market is really open. I can tell it from my experience, as it was like almost 10 years as silence. Okay, just a little bit less, 8 years of silence, and now industry needs these people, and the companies want to find you and want to employ you. So all you need to do is to show that you want to work for them. And I'll try to explain what I did, again, how to become visible for the employers. Let's move on. Once I attached the video, just wanted to show another example. This is the test of the spare 7-function manipulator. It's in the hangar, so it's not subsea, just testing the functions. You can see it can screw the nut into the bolt, and this is what it can do also underwater. Just give you as an example of the functions. Okay, let's move on. Just to describe you a little bit more about the career options. As you probably remember, I started from the point that I wanted to change my career from ETO to the ROV. It's because of the career opportunities. So there are progression steps. You would probably start as trainee ROV pilot. This is what I do now. And again, the most common question would be, how much time does it take to be in trainee? That's a good question, because there is no definite answer. I would answer it's like in average it takes about 1 year, plus or minus. I've seen people who been working as a trainee just a few months, and then they were lucky to be in the right time, the right place, when there were no people available, and the company decided to promote trainee as a pilot, and the guys showed themselves that they're capable of performing the tasks. So, and I know a few guys who had years of traineeships. Again, it depends, but in general it takes about 1 year. Then you're gonna be promoted as ROV Pilot Technician. Then there is a senior ROV pilot position. Then there is ROV Supervisor and ROV Superintendent. Obviously, each step adds you some value to your salary. And again, this is an example from the company I work for. I work for one of the best companies, and I'm happy to work there, but just worth mentioning that different companies have their own names. Like for instance, there is also such a position like a subsea engineer, which is going, I believe, after senior ROV pilot also, but the main regulator is IMCA. Again, you can Google it, IMCA, and there are definite gradations and explanations which position is doing what, and what are the requirements, etc. So it's a regulated story. However, each company can make their own differences. Anyway, I wanted to highlight that there is an career path in this industry, so this is definitely an advantage. This image has been again attached just to show you another control room. This is for the ROV, which is called Shilling UHD3. This is one of the most modern units. The controls are you can see the touch screen here, so this is where you enable all the functions. Again, plenty of monitors and the joystick here. So nice fancy unit. And this is one, I think the last slide for me, just an reminder, what should I tell you about. Again, my advice, how to start, how I started to become visible. Okay, once you've got, you feel that you've got fulfilled all the requirements, so you've got one of the backgrounds, electrical, hydraulic, or mechanical, then you need to make your CV. By the way, while I remember, why do you think such a different backgrounds are considered electrical, hydraulic, or mechanical? Just because the ROV itself, it's a combination of systems. So there is high voltage system which powers up all the electrical power units, like a motor and different electrical stuff. There is hydraulic system, there is a pump, there is a fiber optics which sends all the data from the vessel to the ROV and back. There is multiple things that has to be done, and the ROV is the unit which you not only operate but you also maintain. So once the ROV is not subsea, when it's on board the vessel, you'll do multiple maintenance tasks. You sometimes need to replace one of the sensors, you need to install one of the tools for the specific project. So there is a lot of technical skills required, and that's why usually there are several people per one ROV, and the companies tend to keep the team with one guy with electrical or electronic background, another guy with hydraulic or mechanical background. So this would be a perfect combination. Right, so let's coming back to what we should do to be able to find the job. So once you've made your CV where you explained all your background, what do? You need to know basically what companies work with the ROVs. These are the examples of one of the, I would say the major companies. And okay, Oceaneering is one of the biggest probably ones. Deep Ocean, Subsea 7, Technip FMC, all of them work with ROVs. They've got different systems, but still there are work-class ROVs available. So what you need to do, obviously you're gonna check their web pages, check their careers, how to say, profiles, and try to find if there is an open slot now. If there is no, how I did. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, please make it. This is a nice tool for it's a basically professional social network, and please make your profile again, or upload there your CV, or just make it nice. You'll see it's a very user friendly. So then please try to connect as many people, as many agencies, as many companies as you can which related to the ROV industry. How I did, when I typed in the ROV in the search bar, and whatever that appeared, like the companies with the open positions, even for the superintendent, let's say, I know that I'm not qualified to work as superintendent, but at least I know that this agency is working with the ROVs, so I was trying to follow this guy or this company or this agency. I tried to connect them, and then I was able to see when and what is required. So from there I got all the contacts, and then once I had a big pool of the contacts, I've been sending my CVs quite frequently and saying, okay, I'm this and that, here is my CV attached. I'm available now. I'm really interested to become my to start my career within the ROV. Please contact me whenever open position is available. So yeah, you have to be visible now. You have to let the people know that you're looking for a job. So make a CV and send as many CVs to the companies. And it sounds like a very, how to say, common advice, but it's really nice time now, just because for the last half a year I've seen so many open positions for the trainees, and to be honest, I was really jealous when I had already a job and then I see nice company is looking for the trainee again. And I remember those times when I couldn't enter the industry anyhow, and now I see so many open slots and I like, how can it be possible? So now the companies want you to apply, they want you to work, they want you, they want to invest in you. And sometimes, I don't remember if I told already, I've seen the advertisement saying, we will invest in all your certificates, we will provide you with the BOSIT, with the medical certificate, just apply. So that's why now it's the best time to do it. So please don't hesitate, do it now. And I don't know, honestly I wanted to tell so much, but while I'm making this video probably I forgot something. So you can write me in the comments any questions that I might not explained. I'll come back and answer. If there's gonna be many questions, I'll make another videos. Again, for those who has never been offshore, I'll probably make another video about working offshore. This is a different lifestyle, I would say, and this is the quite rough environment. So I've seen quite a few people who started and they couldn't proceed further. So probably it's worth explaining first how it's like to work at sea. So yeah, please feel free. I'm gonna try to help as many people as I can, and just because I remember myself how hard it was to get into something that you wanna do, and people usually were very helpful. Right, thank you for your attention, and good luck in your start of career. Goodbye.